Hey everybody, it's PDubs. Thanks as always for hanging out upstairs with us and for checking out the channel. And guess what? Zen Studios may have had a monster of a day today, and we're going to talk about all of it right after this. That's right, guys. We are back, and guess what? Zen Studios had some great announcements today, in my opinion. I wanted to share that information with all of you. For starters, we're going to have a Godzilla as well as King Kong pinball pack coming very, very soon. There's going to be a Kong pinball game, and take a look at this, the way the pinball table flips over upside down, just like the Godzilla versus Kong movie, when he actually gets down inside of whatever the inner universe. You're going to get a Kong pinball table. They're also coming out with a Godzilla pinball table. Obviously, this is their own variation, custom variation of Godzilla. This isn't the Stern real pinball game Godzilla. This is the Zen Studios Godzilla. So this is a totally different game. But you're going to have Godzilla, Kong pinball, and then of course, if you're going to have both those guys, I mean, look at Godzilla right here going against Mega Godzilla. You're going to get Godzilla versus Kong. That's right. 3 new tables coming soon from Zen Studios, and we're going to get a Godzilla versus Kong table. I myself think that this looks pretty badass in my opinion, because I really did enjoy these monster movies that came out a few years ago. I liked Kong Skull Island. I liked Godzilla, and I did like the Godzilla versus Kong movie. I thought they were really enjoyable, fun popcorn films to watch. Now you got a nice little pinball game to play coming soon on Pinball FX. But the new table announcements didn't just end there. They also announced they have this Crypt of the Necro Dancer pinball. This is a very interesting and oddball type partnership. I mean, this is some rogue-like game that was released on Steam back in like 2015, 2016-ish. So you're talking about a game that, about 8 years old or so, but it's getting a virtual pinball game. It's getting this particular game right here, Crypt of the Necro Dancer. I've never played this before on Steam. You could go check it out on Steam. This game will be coming out on April 13th on Zen Pinball FX. But the news kept coming. The news kept coming, guys. That's right. They finally announced the Twilight Zone. That's right. After the successful launch of the Addams Family on the Zen Pinball FX platform, well, why not keep recreating some of these classic Bally Williams tables that you can get licenses for with their partnership with Bally Williams? And what do you know, guys? We're going to get the Zen Studios version of the Twilight Zone. And of course, you could play it in a standard mode, or you could play it with all the Zen Studios extras mixed in, all the little, wizard superpowers and things like that. So that's really cool to see that they're coming out with the Twilight Zone as well. But again, the fun doesn't stop there. If you are an owner of Xbox or PlayStation and play Pinball FX, they announced on their Pinball Bytes show earlier today. I'll have a link in the video description below for the Zen Studios YouTube channel. You're definitely going to want to subscribe to it, but take a look at the rotation there. That's right. They announced that the screen rotation to get a vertical screen orientation or portrait mode is going to be coming to the Xbox and PlayStation platforms this April as well. So that's really cool. If you have a monitor or a screen that you play these on, you can plug in your consoles, rotate the screens for Xbox or PlayStation, and you'll be able to get a vertical display very similar to what Pinball FX3 does on the Nintendo Switch, is my understanding of this. Now, does that mean there's going to be like secondary screen DMD support on the Xbox or PlayStation? It doesn't appear so. I think it's going to be set up the same way they do it on the Switch, where the screen rotates and you can, go into the settings and move the little DMD that's on your playfield, move it around to wherever it is outside of your way, adjust the size, things like that. But really no true cabinet support on Xbox or PlayStation, but still a very nice start to be able to play it in vertical position on those particular systems. But to cap it all off, we finally heard the news that a lot of us that have virtual pinball machines, that have computers and PCs or other devices hooked up to them, and we finally heard the news we've been waiting for. That's right, guys. Pinball FX is going to be coming to Steam. It's going to be released on April 13th. And what's really cool is it will have cabinet mode. That's right. In their video, the folks over at Zen here, these guys right here, did announce that it's coming to Steam. It's going to be released on Steam on April 13th. And what's really cool is it will have full cabinet mode support. So a lot of us who have been waiting for it to get on Steam so we can play it on our, homemade, custom, do-it-yourself virtual pinball machines or other machines, OTG mode, things like that, will finally be able to purchase these games on Steam and play these Pinball FX games on Steam. Overall, my dudes, you have to say it was a pretty monster of a day for virtual pinball from Zen Studios. You got all kinds of announcements were made. We have, once again, just to recap, April 13th, which is 2 weeks away. We're going to have all kinds of great things coming out. We're going to have Fishtails and Sorcerer's Lair are going to join all other platforms as free tables to play. But of course, the most exciting news is Crypt of the Necro Dancer Pinball, Godzilla vs. Kong Pinball Pack that's got 3 games, a Godzilla table, a Kong table, and Godzilla vs. Kong. There's also Twilight Zone is coming out on April 13th as well. It's going to be coming out on Steam on April 13th as well. That way you can play these games and access cabinet mode on Steam on April 13th. And of course, if you wanted to, you'll now have vertical play capabilities on the Xbox and PlayStation for playing Pinball FX on Steam. Overall, I gotta say, man, it's not like Zen Studios came out with one announcement today. That's like 6 announcements in one day, and everything that they announced is coming out in 10 days, less than 2 weeks, 10 days. 10 days, guys. That's pretty cool. In my opinion, I think Zen Studios had a monster of a day today. I'm very excited about them finally putting Pinball FX on Steam. And again, all the FX3 tables that are remasters, am I going to buy those again on Pinball FX? No. But when it comes to like the new tables like Kong and stuff like that, games that aren't available on FX3, those are pretty much the only games I'll be buying from Zen on their other platforms on Pinball FX. I'm not buying 100 pinball games, 5 times over again like I did with Pinball FX3. But overall, pretty good day in my opinion, but I want to know what you think about all this. Leave me your comments, feedback, reactions below. If you enjoyed this quick news update, do me a favor, give us a thumbs up on the way out. And as always, my dudes, thank you for subscribing.